Stop, take a deep breath, and let your mind drift freely into the vast unknown. Have you ever wondered, what if one day everything we hold dear, the blazing stars scattered across the endless night sky, the planets tirelessly orbiting their mighty fiery cores, and even the fragile spark of human life itself, ultimately fades away into an infinite shroud of darkness? In those moments when we gaze upward at the heavens, the light from billions upon billions of stars tricks us into believing in eternity. We assume that this immense expanse is unchanging and everlasting. Yet both science and philosophy whisper a different truth to us. Even the largest entity we know, the universe itself, carries within it the unmistakable mark of finitude. One day, the epic journey that began with the legendary Big Bang explosion will inevitably come to a close. In those rare quiet moments when we escape the frantic pace of daily life, this question ceases to be merely an intellectual exercise. It becomes a profound reality that strikes directly at the very core of what it means to exist. If everything is destined to wither away in the end, what then becomes of the value of our memories, our histories, our dreams, and even the pains we have endured? Perhaps all of it is nothing more than a delicate melody that rises briefly and then vanishes within the colossal symphony we call the universe. It is from this very notion that we embark on a journey to explore a concept that feels both intimately familiar and profoundly alien, the idea that the universe has a destiny of its own. Every beginning inevitably leads to an ending. This is the ironclad law of existence. A seed sprouts into life only to eventually wilt and decay. A river flows across thousands of miles but must finally merge into the vast ocean. A human life starts with the cry of birth and concludes in eternal silence. The universe follows the same principle, differing only in its operation on a timescale of billions, or even trillions, of years, a duration far beyond our direct human perception. The concept of the universe's end may seem distant and abstract, yet it holds a strange and captivating allure. This is because it raises questions not only about the physical nature of reality but also about the spiritual significance of human presence within it. Let us travel back in time to that initial instant. The universe had no form, no light, no tiny particles of matter that would one day build the world around us. That was the moment of the Big Bang. A cataclysmic event that did not explode within space but rather gave birth to space and time themselves. From a singularity of unimaginable smallness and scorching heat, everything erupted outward. The universe expanded at an inconceivable rate, flooding with matter and energy, laying the foundational groundwork for stars and galaxies to gradually take shape. From that pivotal second onward, the universe entered an irreversible odyssey, a voyage where every motion and transformation propels it closer to an ultimate endpoint, even if that destination remains hazy and incompletely understood by anyone. With each passing second, trillions upon trillions of photons, those fundamental particles of light, continue their relentless journey through the void. Thousands of stars ignite into brilliance only to burn out and die. Thousands of galaxies whirl in enormous cosmic dances amid the darkness. And in every single one of those instants, what we refer to as the universe's fate continues to unfold. Space is not merely a stage for this drama, it is an active participant, an entity that expands, evolves, and progresses toward completion. The realization that the universe possesses a destiny delivers a subtle jolt to our consciousness. We typically view death as a personal affair, tied to individual beings. But if the entire universe has its own death awaiting, it implies that all memories, all history, all endeavors of life, from the earliest single-celled organisms on Earth to the grandest civilizations, are merely a fleeting musical interlude, a tune that plays once and then dissolves into boundless silence. My friend, every human who has ever walked this planet, every star that has ever illuminated the sky, might exist only as a faint ripple on the ocean of time. When that ripple subsides, the sea returns to perfect calm, as if nothing had ever disturbed it. The universe, should it reach an end, would similarly revert to a state of utter stillness, darkness, invisibility, and tracelessness. This thought can evoke feelings of disappointment, insignificance, and helplessness. Yet at the same time, it offers a peculiar form of comfort. In that fragility, every present moment becomes infinitely precious. If we are but a short piece of music, does it not make savoring each individual note all the more vital? If the universe is destined to fall silent, is not the very fact that it is currently resonating the greatest gift it could bestow upon us? This is the profound paradox of the universe's fate. Its finitude renders life and consciousness more worthy of cherishing than ever before. There is no need for immortality to imbue existence with meaning, for it is precisely this limited nature that deepens meaning to its richest intensity. The universe may indeed conclude, but along its path, it has granted us light, the capacity for reflection, and the opportunity to question our own being. So, what form might the universe's finale take? Will it fade into a frozen night, collapse in violent fury, or perhaps rebirth in an endless cycle? To address this, we must delve into a foundational concept, the relentless expansion of the universe. Imagine holding an inflatable balloon in your hands and gently blowing air into it. At first, the surface is tiny, with every point nearly touching its neighbors. But as you inflate it further, the balloon grows larger, and the points on its surface drift farther apart. If you focus on any single point and observe the others, you will notice them all receding equally. This separation occurs not because the points themselves are moving independently but because the fabric of the surface is stretching. Now picture that we are not outside observers but inhabitants living directly on that balloon's surface. The universe we inhabit behaves in exactly this manner, a colossal space that expands without cease, causing every galaxy, every star cluster, and even ourselves to drift apart with each passing second and minute. The idea that the universe is expanding is not some obscure speculation but one of the cornerstone discoveries of modern science. Prior to the 20th century, most people believed the universe to be static, eternal, and immobile. However, astronomical observations dramatically altered this view. In the 1920s, the astronomer Edwin Hubble, while studying distant galaxies, noticed something extraordinary. The light emitted from them exhibited a redshift, a phenomenon indicating that they were moving away from Earth. Not just one or two, but nearly all galaxies were receding. Furthermore, the farther a galaxy was, the greater its speed of recession. This revelation stunned the scientific community, as it demonstrated that the universe was not stationary but actively expanding. The image of a fixed, unchanging cosmos was immediately discarded, replaced by a dynamic one swelling like the balloon in our hands. Since then, the concept of cosmic expansion has served as the bedrock for the entire standard model of cosmology. When we say the universe is expanding, it does not mean galaxies are flying outward into some empty void like debris from an explosion. Instead, space itself is stretching, carrying the galaxies along within it. Think of it like raisins embedded in a loaf of rising bread dough in an oven. The distance between the raisins increases not because they are pushing away from each other but because the dough surrounding them is puffing up. Yet upon hearing this, a mind-twisting question immediately arises. If the universe keeps expanding indefinitely, with galaxies forever drifting apart, will there come a point when light itself can no longer bridge the ever-widening gaps? Right now, we can still detect light from galaxies billions of light-years away. But what of the future, when distances grow to infinity? Eventually, certain galaxies will vanish from our view, not because they extinguish but because their light will never reach us in time. Try sitting in darkness and envisioning this. One day, the night sky we admire will no longer sparkle as it does today. Distant galactic clusters will fade from sight, leaving only a chilling emptiness. The sole sources of light visible will be within our own galaxy. In this scenario, future humans, if any survive, might never learn of other galaxies' existence, as all evidence sinks into inaccessible voids. The universe would grow profoundly isolated, with observations limited to a solitary island of light amid an ocean of darkness. This paints a quietly sorrowful picture, akin to watching a grand theatrical curtain slowly descend. The universe persists, but much of its splendor becomes invisible, beyond the reach of any observer. Even more profoundly, our current era is a remarkably privileged window in cosmic history. We are fortunate to live in a time when light from remote galaxies still arrives, enabling us to gaze upon, measure, and contemplate the grandeur. Billions of years hence, this opportunity may be lost forever. Pause for a moment to appreciate this rarity. Looking at tonight's starry sky, filled with thousands of stars and millions of galaxies, might be a singular gift the universe offers our generation alone. The more we reflect, the clearer it becomes that expansion is not solely a physical process but a metaphor for life itself. Everything drifts apart. No moment ever returns. Memories linger as faint glows in the mind, gradually dimming as distance from the present widens. Cosmic expansion also imparts a deeper philosophy, eternal solitude. No matter how tightly we cling to our surroundings, even the stars will eventually depart, leaving an increasingly frigid void. Is the universe recounting the story of life, from radiant beginnings to gradual separation and silent conclusion? Simultaneously, this very expansion enables our existence. Without it, galaxies could not form, stars could not ignite, and Earth would never emerge. Every breath we take, every ray of light we perceive, stems from this expansive motion. In this perspective, the swelling universe is no longer a bleak prospect but the foundation for all beauty, life, and human aspiration. However, as the rhythm of expansion grows more enigmatic, we discern a hidden force behind it, an invisible entity that science has yet to fully comprehend. This silent influencer accelerates the universe's growth, propelling galaxies apart at rates exceeding predictions. We name it dark energy. Few mysteries in modern astronomy perplex humanity more than the presence of an unseen power subtly directing the entire cosmos. We term it dark energy, a name evoking vagueness, chill, and remoteness. Gazing at the night sky, where billions of stars resemble scattered sand grains in a cosmic sea, one might assume matter is the core component. Reality, however, is stark. All stars, planets, galaxies, and even our bodies constitute less than 5% of the universe. The remainder belongs to the unknowable, with dark energy astonishingly comprising 68%. It is invisible, intangible, undetectable directly, yet its imprint marks every cosmic motion. Picture the universe as a vast river, each galaxy a tiny leaf floating on its surface. Observation reveals these leaves not merely drifting with the current but being pulled apart by an unseen hand, accelerating over time. This force opposes gravity, which draws things together. Instead, it acts like a reverse cold wind, compelling separation. This phenomenon convinced scientists of a mysterious energy governing spatial expansion. Lacking visibility, we label it dark. Remarkably, dark energy's discovery occurred just over 2 decades ago, toward the end of the 20th century. Astronomers studying distant supernovae explosions anticipated evidence of deceleration under the universe's own mass. Results contradicted expectations entirely. Light from those far-off stellar blasts indicated not just expansion but acceleration over time, like a balloon incessantly inflated without slowing. This announcement shocked modern physics, necessitating revisions to countless studies and hypotheses. One question echoed: what fuels this speed-up? Thus, dark energy emerged, not as a definitive explanation but a placeholder for the inexplicable. Dark energy emits no light, absorbs none, and evades standard detection. Unlike dark matter, which at least possesses mass and inferable gravitational effects, dark energy resembles a subdued, melancholic background hum permeating the cosmos. We hear it not directly, but its vibrations prevent space from remaining still. It may be the universe's cold, steady breath, unending. Consider this deeply. If dark energy persists and amplifies, the universe's fate is sealed in a chilling scenario. Galaxies will recede further. Eventually, their light cannot span the gulf. Familiar night skies will empty and darken. Future beings, if any, might see only a handful of stars in murky voids, ignorant of the once vibrant stellar sea beyond. Their universe, an eternally empty, solitary, frigid room. This outlook, termed heat death or big freeze, posits that unending expansion disperses energy uniformly until insufficient concentrations sustain life, motion, or complexity. Stars extinguish gradually, galaxies disintegrate, final black holes evaporate via Hawking radiation, yielding a motionless, frozen cosmic ocean of eternal silence. What twists the mind further is that even peak human science may never decode dark energy's essence. It could be space's intrinsic property, a vacuum pressure Einstein tentatively added to then removed from his equations, or an artifact of incomplete physics. Imagine a universe where over 2/3 of its composition defies observation or measurement. Does this mean our understanding floats merely on a vast ocean's surface? Is what we call reality complete, or a fragment of a grander mirror? Closing your eyes, envision standing at a precipice, familiar stars behind, dark energy's endless night ahead. This sensation terrifies yet inspires, for ambiguity fuels meaningful exploration. If the universe has fate, dark energy pens its final chapter. Yet as thoughts settle, we accept heat death as one possibility among many, others more intense, fearsome. Envision a grand symphony heard for billions of years. It opens with an explosive note, the brilliant Big Bang, where tones, rhythms, and melodies blend into dances of stars, galaxies, light, and shadow. Like any composition, rhythms slow, sounds fade to absolute silence. In cosmology, this is the Big Crunch. While heat death dissolves in gradual cold, Big Crunch ends violently, explosively, with gravity, the patient puller, deciding. Here, expansion halts eventually. Though dark energy accelerates now, theories suggest it may wane or shift, allowing gravity dominance. Galaxies, clusters, dust cease receding and collapse inward. Picture a ball tossed skyward, initial ascent, gravity slows, halts, pulls down. Big Crunch mirrors this on universal scale. Skies transform, distant galaxies brighten as they approach. Light intensifies, compresses. Skies become arenas of colossal collisions. Galaxies merge, supermassive black holes devour at unimaginable rates. Stars erupt in fierce supernovae. Chaos preludes total implosion. Density and temperature skyrocket. Infinite distances compress. Space squeezes, time warps. If Big Bang exploded open, Big Crunch crushes shut. Temperatures annihilate molecules, atoms, fundamentals. All crushes in a cosmic furnace, collapsing to a singularity where space and time cease. Big Crunch's appeal lies in physics and philosophy. It suggests rhythm, cycles, like the universe's vast breath, expand, contract. Big Bang and Crunch may repeat infinitely, forming eternal life cycles. Each collapse compresses energy of matter, triggering new explosion, fresh universe born. Our experiences, mere chapter in endless book, pages of blasts and crunches. This overwhelms, implying death precedes rebirth. Yet it haunts. Does cyclic repetition diminish each life's meaning, render it transient? Or does endless loop heighten this moment's uniqueness, despite prior similar ones in past universes? Big Crunch, in ferocity and absoluteness, prompts reflection. Is the universe a gigantic breath, eternal wheel? Modern observations show accelerating expansion, not deceleration. This suggests another scenario, more terrifying than Crunch: no contraction, endless widening leading to tear, Big Rip, where space, reality's fabric, shreds. Big Rip, not slow fade or return to origin, but violent rupture, universe stretched to fragments. Not mere drama, a stark warning of dark energy's absolute power. Universe as immense fabric stretching. Billions of years stable, but dark energy may surge, expansion exceeding physical bonds resistance. Galaxies, stars, planets, molecules, atoms, all torn. Structures from giant stars to subatomic particles succumb. Big Rip assumes dark energy intensifies unstably. Sequence: first, galaxies isolated by speed-defying gravity, skies barren. Second, individual galaxies shred, stars unbind. Solar system unsafe, Earth ejected, planets fragment. Final, atomic scales affected. Nuclear electron bonds fail against expansion. Atoms shatter, protons, neutrons dissolve, quarks disintegrate. Universe dissolves into empty energy sea, not dark or singular, but obliterated. Time loses meaning. Big Rip leaves no memory. Unlike Crunch's rebirth hint, it affirms absolute end. No revival, cycle, total erasure. Big Rip confronts existence's fragility. Daily worries seem apocalyptic, yet cosmically mere ripples on vast ocean. Yet it reminds, endings, tear, crush, freeze, affirm finitude. Amid uncertainty, live fully in blooming present. History obsesses over ends, but one hypothesis differs: cyclic universe or big bounce. Suggests existence transforms, never vanishes, like birth-death cycle. Big Bang, link in infinite chain. In cyclic model, Crunch extreme triggers new bang, fresh cycle of space-time. Current universe's death seeds next. Preceding our Big Bang, countless others, universes born, died in endless spin. Appeals by shattering single start-end notion. Paints dynamic reality, eternal cosmic respiration. Even if cyclic true, bolder, multiverse. Our universe, one of countless. Fate we ponder, tiny in infinite reality sea. Explains fine-tuned constants permitting life, infinite universes, varied laws, ours inevitable improbability ocean. Our end, heat death, rip, closes chapter. Beyond, parallel stories unfold differently. This universe's death, dust in eternal reality river. Destruction relative, shift in possibility see. Discussing universe end raises subtler. If universe ends, does time persist? Time, felt second by second, objective or mind's illusion ordering chaos. Einstein's relativity, time not absolute flow, intertwined with space in spacetime. Dilates contracts by velocity, gravity. Some physicists, time illusion, universe static snapshots we traverse, perceiving flow. Regardless, time ties to ruthless physics, entropy. Entropy measures system disorder. Second law of thermodynamics, closed system entropy never decreases, only holds or rises. Profound, creates arrow of time. Process is unidirectional, order to chaos. Shattered glass never reassembles, distinguishes past future. Cosmically, rising entropy leads heat death. Stars exhaust fuel, energy evens, maximum entropy. No gradients for life motion. Universe absolute equilibrium. Entropy philosophy. If millennia of human order building ultimately dust, life's meaning. Conversely, life rebels against entropy. Organisms maintain internal order via environmental energy. Life, tension between order, chaos. Entropy reminds, amid chaotic end, finite moments allow meaning creation, order building, legacy. Starry skies evoke smallness amid infinity. Paradox, life random fleeting phenomenon or key to cosmic fate. Life, especially intelligence, impacts universe unimaginably. Advanced civilization harnessing dark energy, nearly 70% cosmic energy, masters not just planetary fate but expansion, contraction. Godlike reshaping of cosmic script. Even, creating baby universes. Quantum theory, extreme conditions, black holes, advanced labs, birth detached bubble universes. Feasible, Life escapes passivity, crafts new beginnings. Life seeds future universes, ensuring endless existence. Any view, life's role endless contemplation. Reassesses micro, human, vs. macro, universe. Life, fragile, universe's self-vision, self-questioning fate, perhaps self-salvation. All hypotheses, physics, philosophy paint final picture, share undeniable, lead to state beyond human language, absolute silence. Not meaningless void, but journeys echo, eternal music's rest. Questions cease, anxieties dissolve. Universes end, any script, beyond control. Human intellect, ambition powerless. Helplessness. Yet beauty in helplessness, facing unchangeable highlights changeable's value. Finite universe awareness reveals moments pricelessness. Silence not mere termination, mirror reflecting death fears, eternity yearnings, necessary release. Knowing transience, afternoon laughter, loved one's handclasp, silent stargazing, sacred. Exploration's gift, awakening. Assuming eternal universe risks illusion, procrastination. Finite awareness urges moment urgency. Universe fades, but awareness moment, fullest living. Journey from origin to extremity closes not explosion, decisive answer, but silence. In silence, finite beauty, existence fragility. Thence, cherish remaining seconds. Sleep well, the universe sleeps with you.